Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. That's the latest and greatest Audi R8, and it's a direct competitor to the latest and greatest Mercedes GT that I showed was on the screenshot last week. Anyway, enough about that. As you know, there's a alleged gender pay gap across the United States and Western Europe in which women earn less than men. There's one area though in America where women are statistically get ahead of men, and that is in home ownership. As you can see, this is a site called Lending Tree, and this was done on January 16th this year. Now you can read home ownership gender gap. Single women own more homes in America than single men, and it says that women typically lag behind men in pay, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. While research indicates women are less well off financially, one key area in which women are better off than men is in home ownership. And then it goes on to the key findings. Across the US, single women own 2.71 million more homes than single men. Single women own 10.96 million homes, while single men own 8.24 million homes. But this one took my eye. The American state of Delaware, with the highest share of homes owned by single women, has the largest home ownership gap. 15.34% of home occupied households in Delaware are owned by single women, 5.89 percentage points higher than the share of single homes owned by single men. And then it got Louisiana and Mississippi are runners up. And then if you drop down, states with the highest share of single women homeowners. Number one is Delaware, is 298,861 homes occupied in the state, and women occupy 13.34%. So I had a look around to see if I can corroborate this article, and I came across this one, which is virtually identical word for word. If you drop down, the state with the largest share of single women homeowners is Delaware. So looking around for some more information, single women, and this is CBS News, this was done on January 19th, and this one was done January 17th. So single women in America own more homes than single men, study shows. And if you drop down, according to Lendtree, single female owners outnumber their male peers in 47 states. The rate of female home ownership as high as 15% in states like Delaware. So something's going on in Delaware. So I had a look around and I came across this site. This is US News. This was done on February the 13th this year. States with the highest divorce rates. If you drop down, you got a map of America with the divorce rates depending on what state you're in, and lo and behold, Delaware has the highest increase in divorce rate of any state from 2021 to 2022 at more than 68% year over year. Now Delaware is, where is it? Maryland. I had a look before. There we go. That's 5.38% per thousand people divorced. In 2021, 9.808% per thousand people over next year. Percentage change in 68.8%. Now, all these homes that these women own in Delaware, did they buy it themselves, or did they get these homes via divorce? So on that preface, I decided to do a little bit of digging around about Delaware, and I found some interesting things. This is the Delaware Department of Labor website. The Minimum wage in Delaware in this year is $13.25 per hour. So if you multiply 13.25 multiplied by 40, if you've got a full-time job, you're taking home $530 before stoppages. Now if you multiply that by 52, you're on $27,560 per year. That is your living wage, your salary. Now, you couldn't really afford a home on that. A guy could live quite happily in a small apartment because guys really don't need much. So that is the minimum wage. If you've got a better job, the average salary in Delaware in 2024 is $727 per week, or $3,148 a month, or your annual salary is $37,779. Now, again, you might be able to afford a small home, but what is the percentage that a woman would be on that kind of money? Because women want to have a home to show off to other women. So looking around even further, the highest paying jobs in Delaware for last year, if you scroll down, most of these jobs, you notice, are all associated with the US medical field. So if you scroll right down, you get the various salaries. That would mostly be a guy. That could be a woman. That pediatrician, that's the dealing with children's specialist. That could be a woman. That could be a woman. That might be a guy. That probably a guy. That I would say is a guy. That's a guy. And that could be either. Now, you notice the salaries are the six-figure salaries, i.e. the guy with the 666. Now, why is Delaware so popular? I look around, I found this, living in Delaware. If you scroll down, one reason why Delaware has managed to stay so affordable is the tax benefits to provide residents, particularly homeowners. This is why Delaware has one of the highest rates of home ownership in the country. But you drop back to this, do these women buy their own homes, or did they get it through divorce? Because if you drop down to this, you see Delaware has the highest increase in divorce rate of any state, 68% year over year. So, looking around, I came across this site. This is US Bank Co. Home Loans Mortgage Calculator. So, let's say the Finance Services Director is buying a home. He's $237,000. Let's be generous, say he's on $250,000 per year. So the annual income is $250,000. Current monthly debt, that's for credit card bills. If you click on that, let's say $1,500. Debt, down payment, he's saved a lot, so he can afford $25,000. Enter state, Delaware, and calculate. He can buy a house, $734,268. So, looking around the various houses, I found a site, and this is Delaware single family home for sale. That's the cheapest one I could find. It's $120,000 US. There's another one, $124,500, and that's $125,000. Now, women might be owning a home, but I can't see a woman wanting to have a place like that. It'd do for a guy. Guys don't need much. A guy could live in that. But it wouldn't really be suitable for a home. That one's not bad. That one is a bit rickety, and that one would take a lot of looking after. Now that's the bottom line. Now going back to that, somebody who's really well off with a dearly good job, highest price, the houses that he could afford, something like that, or that, or that. That's not bad. And that's quite nice as well. $800,000 US. The financial services director could afford that, but if he gets divorced and the woman gets a house, she gets that just by being married to him. Whereas if he was just an ordinary working guy, she probably wouldn't want that, otherwise she'd just sell it and move on. Now the fact, going back to this, Delaware has the highest increase in divorce rate. Now, single women outpace male counterparts in home ownership. Delaware. Have these women got the houses via divorce, or did they buy it? It's a intriguing thing, but I have to do some more digging around. But for now, you know the routine, people. I'll try and get some more on this for next week, but it seems that women might get more single homes than guys, but I would say that they've got these single homes by divorcing the guys. As in Delaware, have you seen, it's 68% year on year. So I think I'm on the 15-20 minutes now, so sorry it's a bit iffy this week, but I didn't really find that much over the weekend. Right, people, you know the routine. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. It's completely up to you. But it seems that single women might have more homes than single guys in America, who really don't need a big elaborate family home, but they didn't really get that home on their own. They get it from the guy's sweat and blood, and his money has bought it, not hers. Right, that's it till next week. Bye bye.